Everyone shut up.
I've got the screen record on. Hell yeah, brother.
That was so appropriate.
That's funny.
That was worth it.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. Fire department shows up.
How was that? Nice?
That was good. That was good. You got a new intro now.
Hey, Sick. How was that? Got to unmute.
Proper.
That was proper. Thank you.
That was
Happy Easter,
proper.
everybody.
Happy Easter, everyone. Yeah. I was typing hello.
Oh,
I wasn't even
and you
watching.
can do this right here.
Smokey.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
I'd rather type. I'd rather type. Thank you very much.
Morning, everybody.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Oh,
Hey, dude, can you boys give me a light here? I'm gonna light one up. Come on. Today is 420. Come on and show your spirit, man.
Sure is.
I'm not hearing your deep voice, Mac, over there. It's just not coming through.
yeah. I don't know why. Maybe your monitor's off.
Well,
There you are.
I've been smoking stuff for quite a while. It causes me a little bit of a wheeze and a slight rattle in my voice, but it hasn't affected me overall. Oh, Lord, I tell you.
You see me like a little kid over here just waiting for his turn? Yeah. Stop guarding, okay? Pass the damn thing.
Yo, don't bogart the joint.
Pass it over to Sid. There we go, buddy. There we go.
Happy Easter, Jessica. Happy Easter,
That's a
Brad.
chip like soup now. Thanks a lot.
How's Salty doing? Where you at, man? That was like the most surreal thing ever. With the like community family member, like it felt like just like when you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that brought back
had a granddaughter, like you're going like you don't want them to experience that shit because it's like
that's
traumatizing, man. I don't know how you did it, Salty. I love you, brother, and yeah, that shit was just freaking unreal.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I know, man. I know you're not.
Was your daughter allowed in to get stuff, Easter baskets and stuff from the Easter bunny that was left?
Yeah. Yeah. Hopefully I'm sure there's going to be some backup done. If not, there's a short up now on your page. Yeah. Let's do that. I'll go find you, man.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah. Did you know what happened, even Mac? Are you up to speed?
no, I did see yesterday when I was I went over and I saw Salty Badger was on. It was a family thing. I was completing something, so I didn't get to watch it.
Yeah, I was alive last night, and his daughter's either her apartment or the apartment next to it started on fire, or he smelled smoke. He woke up, got his grandbaby, and they were outside for like a long time watching the
Yeah.
Fire department come. Salty's pissed because there was not one fire alarm or whatever in that apartment complex, and I don't think none of them have it. Like there's just, you got one building, then you got several other that, that have a bunch of apartments in there kind of separated. And I don't think any of them are equipped. And when you think about the devastation that could have happened, you could have woke up with a whole different scenario, you got to be, you know what I'm saying? I'd be freaked out too, Salty. I don't know how you kept your composure as well as you did. You were hot, but you could have been a lot hotter. Yeah, he said that the toxic shit. Look at that.
Yeah.
Read that. My throat's sore from smoke inhalation and yelling. Face feels the burn from the heat, and I was last out and cleared the complex. Met fire department coming up the stairs. Yeah. Telling them about no warning for nobody other than Salty. So Salty,
Yeah, people don't realize how hot the air gets.
And they die.
Yeah,
and they die sleeping. Don't know because they get poisoned before they wake up, right?
Yeah.
You already asleep. Go ahead, man.
Can I tell my little sad story?
Yeah, bro.
In 1970, in Pasco, Washington, our house caught on fire. We were all staying in these mobile homes that was set up there for us, and my sister lived just over the ways. Both of my sisters lived in the same complex. Ours caught on fire. When I woke up, I had all this. I woke myself up wheezing. My throat was sore. I was feeling really terrible, like bad headache. My wife was laying there. Around her nose holes were just soot all around her nose. I shook her, and I couldn't get her to wake up. And she had little Donald on her chest. He was laying on her chest. So I grabbed him up and took him and laid him in the yard with a blanket. And I come back and got her up and got her on her feet, and I took her out the door. I went down the hallway. I have 4 other kids in the house, and they are unconscious. Ended up that day, 4 of my children was put in the hospital, and it was over there for the toxin that came off the paneling on the inside the trailer house that put off deadly fumes, and so 4 of my kids went to the hospital. I know the frightening feeling of waking up being on fire.
Yeah, man. That was Salty last night, man, out of nowhere. We just got off doing our live thing or whatever, and I'm like, dang, it didn't take long for Salty to be like, I'm like, there's a real life freaking emergency going on, And
dude, I was like, what the hell
is this really real?
What's so late for?
And you
I'm
see
like,
him holding
what's up with that? I was like, and then
see him holding the grandbaby and all that. And what do you tell the grandbaby? She want toys. She got to go to the bathroom. There's different things, and he's got to be the answer man, and try and.
There is.
So yeah, man.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry you had to go through that.
Yeah, that's crazy. That brought up a lot of memories, to say the least.
Yeah. You want to pop that big old thing down? Yeah. We'll play this. Let's see. I don't know if that's you want the music.
If it's on his sure.
If it's just music, we'll just look at it.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be him talking or something, but I'm gonna pop it on again, just check. No. This is I was sitting right there. Wow.
It's right probably an approved music for a short.
Yeah. That's just music. We want to read it anyway. So I was babysitting his granddaughter. Thank God you were there. Everyone got out safe. Another miracle. Yeah. And I know you gave did you ever get to talk to the fire marshal? Give him an earful?
Yeah, man.
I know you was on the hunt at one point. I know you talked to somebody. How about media? Did you end up ever getting to talk to any media? There we go.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, I'd be squawking too, when it's that close to home. That's what do you do?
I almost got dead. I mean, there was like 18 inches of air left when I woke up in my fire, man. And I was on a futon.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And that was on Easter morning.
I'm surprised you're not good. You and your family are safe. Yeah. Thank you, Kime, for Salty, man. Nope.
When the fire department got there, they put little oxygen masks on little Donald. He was like a few weeks old. He just an infant. And the other 3 kids that was suffered the worst, they had to put masks on them. And they ended up in Seattle at Harbor Review. That's a burn center in Seattle.
Yeah.
Wow.
Salty says at the end.
Smoke inhalation.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not always thinking, Salty, you know.
Well, yeah,
Not like you go through that every day, you know. It says at the end of your life, I got up, I smelled smoke. When I opened the door, smoke and heat rolled in. I felt like an idiot. I know better to not feel for heat, but heard nothing. No alarms. Yeah, I mean, it's like that's the last thing you think of, you know. Usually getting up is you're gonna like, oh shit, that's what's going on. Like the same way I felt when I saw you on the live and standing outside the apartment looking at smoke rolling out. It was like either you caught, and then when I heard it was your daughter, it was like, yeah. Hell of a night. Well, you're blessed, man. Everybody's up and alive today. Go ahead, Mac.
I have an airline friend. Oh, he's deceased now. 45 years of aviation. He was in Tampa, Florida, at the Sheraton Hotel because he has to, you know, it's like a truck driver. They're just like truck drivers. He had to get off the book, and so he was in his sleep time or his downtime, and the alarm went off, and they come and knocked on his door and said there's a fire in the complex. Now the complex was a horseshoe-shaped Hilton Inn and Hilton Hotel in Tampa, horseshoe shape. And he looked across the way and he could see the fire way over there on the other part of the complex.
Yeah.
He went back to bed. Next thing you know, when he heard the beating on the door was kicked in. They had a battering ram.
Yeah.
2 officers of the law came in and cuffed him up and took him out because the order was to evacuate and he refused to evacuate.
Yeah.
He said they would have to burn this whole entire complex before it got to me, and I hope you guys would put the fire out, you know. They arrested him anyhow.
Yeah.
He had to go before the judge, and he explained to him he had to be off because he had a flight in 8 hours he had to do up to back up to Maryland.
Yeah.
Or New Jersey, I believe it was. He flew for Piedmont Air. Then he, at that time, he was flying for U.S. Air.
Yeah. Can't do what they say, unfortunately.
So when they come and tell you get out of your room, you better go because you're going to end up in cuffs.
Well, they've seen, I'm sure through experience, cinders go over and catch the next building on fire or whatever. You don't know. But anyway, Salty says, wrap my granddaughter and ran her downstairs and outside and went back into wake everyone. Yeah, I'm going to try and read these for, you know, Sterling's driving. So Time to Go says, yeah, but have to be quick in a fire for sure. Yeah. Salty should join here and tell if you feel like it. Salty, man, I don't know what shape you're in, man. I'm just glad you're here. And
I sent them the links.
Yeah.
The email and
text. Yeah, good morning, Red Lady. I saw you and sailing on for another ride. It was a shorter one he put out. It wasn't but a couple minutes. Got the side view of you going down the road. It was pretty cool. It was a great little bid. Oh. Yeah, what? 8 families lost everything, and 2 cats in a roof caved in at about 2 a.m. Yeah, that thing went on forever. I was like, what's taking so long to put that out? You know, I didn't see
even after they vented it.
I didn't even see flames roaring out, you know, so I don't know nothing about fires, but it just seemed like, you know, if it was super bad and it took so long to put out, we'd be seeing roaring flames as well. But you know, all that stuff that burns furniture and paint and linoleum and the different is so toxic. Like it's you didn't even want to whiff of that stuff,
Yeah.
let alone have to get through it and breathe and try and get outside in time.
It's traumatizing.
Yeah, man.
Would you like to hear a little funny thing that happened to me yesterday?
Yes. What happened?
As we was riding, we didn't put the camera on because where we was riding, we was going to ride along this river for like 50 or 60 miles, and then we had to go through Lake Gunnersville, and that's all mosquito infested, and there's bugs this time of the year. So instead of having the camera completely coated over, when we get where we're going, we'll put it on then and start it up and go from there. Well, I pulled over, we got the camera out, I started up, and it seemed like I heard it do the 4 beeps after I started to walk away.
Sure.
So I said, Angelique, I said, look and see if the red light's blinking, because I had turned it on. She said, nope, no red light blinking. So I go up there and tilted the camera and looked, and sure enough, I had a damn dead battery in there. I had charged up 2 batteries, but I left this 3rd battery just to keep the clock and everything running for the last week. I just left it in there, and I had no battery. So here we are with this plans of doing this run. I've got a cigarette lighter.
Yeah.
And in my truck, I've got a USB connector with it's a cigarette lighter USB.
Right. Yep.
So I broke out the cable, got the cigarette lighter in there, and routed around there, and went through the back door on the media mod and plugged it in. So I MacGyvered my way to making the movie anyhow.
You did, yeah, man. That's resourceful. You're just using external battery at that point, right?
Yeah, that's right.
That worked out.
That's all you're doing. Yep.
Good for you, man. Now you know you got backup all the time if you ever need it.
Well, we always have that, so we get somewhere our cell phones need to be plugged, that need to be charged.
Yeah,
we can charge the plug.
Yeah,
it's got a USB adapter on it.
Yeah, that's why I always use external. I've never used those GoPro batteries. I guess they're fine for working short little. Like if you're gonna go out and just plan a motovlog and know you're gonna be out there for 20, 30, 40 minutes. I just I'm riding every day. I don't want to worry about batteries and charging every 2. Like 1 battery will last me pretty much all week, so I don't have to go through all that hassle of it. Or if you're on a long trip with a bunch of people, I like to have the whole thing. Who wants that stuff running out of your battery or having to stop and change it when you're in with 10 people or something? I don't know.
Right.
That's just me, but not everybody rides that way. But I got to use the external. What did Salty say here? Said Sterling at a later time. Just stopped in to give thanks to all of the community as I am on your son's phone as I didn't grab anything other than my granddaughter and dog and walked away. Yeah. What a happy Easter for you, bro, man. Electrical fire and spread through the walls, and the backside was worse by far. It just smoldered and burned up. Nasty. Yeah, regardless. I'm just glad you and your family are okay. Yeah.
That's really quite a Easter gift, isn't it?
Really?
A gift of life.
Well, in a way, it was the best scenario you could ask for, other than the fire itself. Yeah. Outcome.
It's the heat and smoke.
Yeah.
I mean, the fire never. I don't think the fire reached my bedroom.
Yeah.
And it's still. Once everything gets a certain temperature, everything spontaneously combusts. So everything starts burning.
Yeah. That's why you want, but very little oxygen getting to anything. That just makes it like a blowtorch. They call that backdraft stuff. Yeah.
My dad had to go to St. Barnabas Burn Center. He was burned. He had 2nd and 3rd degree burns on his hands and face. My mother went to the psych ward. Fucking disaster.
Good to see you, American Outlaw. How you doing, man?
Happy Easter.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Nobody left, so
Yeah.
I guess a couple cats are missing, which is not
Or as 2-4 says,
great, but
happy 420.
Happy 420. Yeah. Where did 420 originate from? What is it? I know it's a
That's the marijuana
liberating.
day.
Yeah, a what?
It's the marijuana day, the day of 420.
When they
National Marijuana Day.
okay.
Yeah, but I don't know why they chose 420. Oh, like what was the?
Is that a date?
Yeah.
Yeah.
20.
April the 20th. Yeah.
Yeah. And there we are, 420 today.
Yeah.
Oh,
Happens to be on Easter.
Easter, yeah.
that's right. Yeah. That's how little I paid mine to it.
Why is 420 on 420?
That's good to hear, Outlaw.
Some claimed it referred to a police code for marijuana possession, or that it arose from Bob Dylan's Rainy Day Women number 12 and 35 with its, and it stops.
Let's see. She got windows for the shed ordered up, huh? Outlaw.
Well, the story was they was all smoking, and I don't exactly remember what the 420 stood for.
Yeah. Let's just call it 420.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rainy
man.
Day Women number 12 and 35 with its refrain to everybody must get stoned, 420 being the product of 12 times 35. Huh.
Huh. There's something Quick Shoe said. It's from the movie Alice in Wonderland. Okay. When the bunny came out yelling, I'm late for a very important date. It's
Okay.
420.
Hey, Ray.
Oh, all
Is that a
right.
true story? That's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, National check all your smoke alarms. Mine's sitting there with nothing in it. Nothing.
Yeah, I don't have any set up.
I got tired of them going off. You get tired of them until something happens like that. Now I might be thinking different.
Yeah, the one in the kitchen works. I know that. Because that one
Yeah.
goes all the time. The one in the hallway, not so much. Why is my sugar 196?
Thank you, Kime. Why ain't you out riding, Ray?
Oh, cooking.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not cooking. I just woke up.
Yeah.
You're sampling.
No.
That
I
sounds
woke
great.
up, went upstairs, made my coffee. Here I am.
Yeah.
I was told to keep
Happy
eye on the
Easter.
ham. I got 3 hours before I got to worry about it.
Happy Easter. Yeah. Were you up last night? Was you able to see Salty Badgers live and know what happened?
I watched some of it.
Did you? Okay. I was just making sure you knew. Yeah. So gratitude today. Another good ending. All in all.
I had to sleep good. Wound up sleeping on the couch all night.
Yeah.
And it's not a very comfortable couch.
Oh, yeah, I suppose it's going to be harder for you to use the camper because then you have to like actually run everything like another bill, keeping things cool. It's too hot to sleep at night now for you, isn't it? Without.
Oh, yeah, I don't pay it. It's already. I got the air on in it already.
Yeah.
Air's been on for a week. I just ain't been out there yet.
Just keep it rolling. Nice.
Any kind.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
Well, Easter dinner is already over for Kime. They've already
done. Poof.
Yeah, it's
gone.
And
Him
Australia,
Dave.
right?
And Dave. Yeah,
And
he's
Dave.
England.
Yeah.
England. Right? Kime is England.
Yeah, UK.
Yes, yeah. UK. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, I caught some of salties. Where you live burned up or something?
His daughters.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay.
Right next to the place that was burning. Like,
Okay. Yeah, I seen them live. I got a few minutes of it and I fell asleep.
yeah. Mercy.
I need to get out of this basement.
Yeah.
Jade.
Sterling, if you're still in here, put like raise your hand. No, you know what I mean. I know you're driving, so you probably can't do much, but I was just going to talk a little bit about his what he brought up last night. That was all. I don't know if anybody wants to. It's something to talk about, but basically, when you have a trucker on your live, they need to either be in podcast mode or not be on for liability reasons. So, like even with Buck now, and it's hard to tell people that, but
yeah.
And I know Sterling just don't put out some untrue bullshit that, this is something that's legit and that's why he brought it up. And so I'm just going with it for now. And, like we had a trucker on last night on the live from Canada while he's driving, and although he says his company knows about it and it's good, it still doesn't it's good until it ain't good and they have an accident and you're responsible for letting somebody in on your live.
As soon as he said libel, I was like, okay, bye-bye.
Yeah.
You woke Buck Brown up. He just now woke up. Look at
Did you, Buck? Okay. Yeah. Someone said, I hope you were listening, Buck, because that was because I was hoping you didn't mind and weren't going to be be offended, you might have a whole different point of view on it than Sterling or what you know about it. But until I find out myself anyway, any different, got to do either podcast mode or not be on while you're actually driving. That was the issue.
Yeah.
Y'all find out something different, because
so long as you sitting still in a truck stop or something, that'd be all right, won't it?
Yeah. American says, hey, quick, those are the best times to ride here because we know it won't get much warmer than that.
Yeah.
Well, she gets smoking up in the Dakotas, believe me. Yeah, so if you know anything or heard anything about that, Buck, chime in if you feel like it. Oh.
I mean,
I'd hate to have anybody
that's why Buck and Sterling are very careful and very, responsible with what they film.
Yeah.
They're not doing lives while they're
No.
driving. They're not doing any of that while they're driving. It's
Yeah, that guy was actually hosting one, he said.
Yeah, he said he was hosting one.
And on this live. So
yeah, he was doing two at one time.
Yep.
Yeah, so and then I got to thinking, when I join a live while I'm riding motorcycle or vice versa, whoever y'all are, and I guess Sterling's done. Well, he stopped, I think, but just saying.
Yeah.
That might be just as. And then how far does it go? Like if you're riding and actually doing your own live and you're live streaming while you're riding.
Well,
is that being on the phone? If you're not supposed to be on the phone, talking even I don't know.
Look at the reality of it. I mean, if God forbid if anything happens, no matter what happens, if it's not going to be good, if nothing good happens, they're going to blame it on distracted driving, regardless if it's distracted driving.
Yeah. See, that's what I wanted to.
Just because the fact that he was on a live stream.
Yeah.
They're going to blame it on that.
There's going to be something they're going to look at.
It's something to blame.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Just use it as as leverage.
Yep. Yeah, whether that was the cause of it or not,
Exactly. And
doesn't
that's how
matter.
the court of law works.
Yeah.
They find one thing and they use it as leverage to aspirate their side of the story.
What's that? I want to press that button.
They when an aircraft goes down, if the pilot is killed, they always blame it on the pilot. If he survives, they'll look for another reason for the crash.
Wow. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point in a way. I never thought of that.
Oh,
Just
yeah.
even the other trucking YouTubers have their own opinions about it. Well, opinions are great, but it's like we're looking for the facts about it. What happens about the facts, whether the opinion is, you know what I mean, Buck? And I know you know that too, but I'm just
You know what they
saying.
say about opinions.
Yeah, everybody's got one. Like a
That's true, but
shit.
I mean, like back in the day, I think smoking pot, there's nothing wrong with it. It should be legal. That's my opinion. But the fact is if you get stopped and pulled over, you can get in trouble, go to jail, get shit confiscated. So that's what we're talking about with what Sterling brought up about live streaming and having them on your live and being responsible for it.
I gotta take my pills. I forgot to take them.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel like a Karen all of a sudden. Are you feeling like Karen? Feeling like Karen?
I mean, I don't,
not really, but I mean, you know.
I don't like reprimanding or correcting anyone.
No.
But like, as soon as Sterling said liable, I was like, oh, goodbye. I was like, bye-bye. I was like, no liable. I don't want to be a liability. I don't want him to be a liability. I don't want to be liable. Goodbye.
Yeah.
That's the end of that.
Yeah.
He can be liable for himself.
Yeah.
You know, and that was the end of it. That was it. You know, as soon as that was said, I was like, he's got a point there. He's got a pretty good point, Sterling. Got a point, man. And he was right on the money. He knew he was making complete sense.
Yeah.
And you know, I don't need any headaches. And you don't need any headaches, and we don't need any headaches.
No.
And that was it.
Word. Hey. You see?
Word.
Huh?
Oh,
hey?
shit.
Hey?
Hey.
Hey?
Oh, look at that, eh?
Hey?
Nice. Sick. That's great.
Do.
Yeah, I still have to go boxes and boxes of stuff in the garage.
I always remember Theo, but I can't remember the cute little face you got behind you there, Mac.
Oh, that's Colton.
Colton.
That's it.
That's such
Theo and Colton.
It's like a cowboy name.
Look at my shirt. If you can read my shirt.
Yeah, like my motorcycle, my dog, and maybe 3 people.
Exactly.
And I'm looking at 3 right here on the screen.
Yeah.
Exactly, Mac.
We might be in.
I got that shirt that says I like weed, coffee, and like 3 people.
And weed.
And that's it. Like that's it. I'm good.
That is if they've got weed. I like all 3 of them if they got weed.
And if I had some weed, I'd like all 3 of them at the same time.
Weed, coffee, and weed smokers.
I'm like, shit.
Well,
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, you know, some people can drink all day and go drive a car and not get into an accident and be fine.
Yeah.
Me, if I drank all day and drove a car, I'd be bouncing off a curb.
Yeah.
I'd be driving on front lawns. I'd be hitting trees, bushes. You know, alcohol and me don't get along.
No.
But I could smoke all day long, you know. You would never know. Well, you would know, but you would never know if you didn't know me.
I don't know. Yeah. I never know you are really.
You know,
but it's just that's because that's how you are.
Well, I'm always on.
Yeah. Well, we don't know he's high. He's been that way his whole life.
I've always been since he was 16.
Oh. Yeah.
Good morning, Rob's neighbor.
Ooh, the Three Amigos. You remember that? Steve
Yeah.
Martin and Martin Short, and who else was it? Now turn to the left and cough.
Yeah.
A little thing that they did. It was a
Yeah.
goofy movie back in the day.
Don't get me wrong. I quit smoking for 22 months.
Yeah.
Weed.
Hey, you can lose your mind, I guess, huh?
Yeah. I mean, well, the courts wanted me to quit.
Yeah.
It was right before I got my weed card, and then
Yeah.
my ex-wife kept on locking me up because I kept on pissing dirty.
Yeah.
I'm like, what do you want me to do? I smoke weed.
How you doing, Carrie? Good morning.
You know, and they're like, we want you to stop smoking weed. I'm like, I don't want to stop smoking weed. I'm like, well, then you can't see your kids. I'm like, you guys suck. I was like, so I stopped smoking weed.
Quick shoe out doing man stuff, man. Seeing you cut that big oak tree down and getting that chainsaw rolling out there was, I know the feeling, man. That's a good thing. Pretty fun to do.
And then
It was on the verge of almost being too hot to ride yesterday. We're riding up in the rocks. When you get up on top of the mountain, all them rocks are just glaring the sun on you.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Radiating heat. You were looking at the horizon waving at you, huh?
And hold my arms up in the air and let the air circulate through my t-shirt.
Yeah. Dry the old pits out.
It's almost like you should wear a long sleeve shirt in heat like that, just to keep the sun off your skin.
Yeah.
You know?
What are you saying, Ray?
Me and Katie we all rode about 65 miles yesterday. We got home. Katie said, "You tired?" I go, "Yeah." She said, "I am too." I said, "Well, about 8 days, we got 470 miles to ride in one day to Panama City."
Getting acclimated.
Yeah.
Out there in practice. Do another day of it.
First time she rode in
Yeah.
months.
Yeah.
We didn't have a choice.
You gotta keep your skills up and going too when you're riding, you know. You forget. That's why I'm kind of glad I commute, but I wished I didn't. But
yeah.
Well, at least I got to break my new brakes in yesterday.
Yeah. I guess they work. You're here.
Hey,
you happy?
Yeah. Oh, we rode her hard, buddy. And that, I find myself using quite a bit of brake coming down the hill. Going up the hill, you didn't have to use no brakes. But
yeah. Well.
But boss tells him he got to do laundry today. Why you got to do laundry? What you doing? Letting your boss tell you what you got to do.
Yeah. Who's your boss? Is that your inner monologue up in your head?
Yeah. Is that the boss?
Huh? That one up here? Come on. You know, you really should do that laundry. If you're not, you're going to feel bad.
Oh.
That stuff's reeking. Let's get her done. Ah, damn.
Come on.
It's you again, Margaret.
I got my fasteners for the pins and super glue, and I glued all the pin backings on the
I said this before, but I used to work on those trucks. When the drivers come in, oh my! Some of you could not. Some of them I refuse to get in.
Yeah, that bad, huh?
Ooh, Lord, they live in them trucks and don't take a shower and BO and
whatever
smell
else.
Food. Yeah.
Well, someone died in there.
Yeah, man, you
But
just leave.
Yeah, I reckon you get used to it.
You just
you
do.
Don't know it.
You don't smell your own stuff, but
you know what sucks about it? Getting used to it. That's crazy.
You leave a McDonald's bag in your car. Not that I eat that, but I remember when I did. And once in a while I eat it. But just say, and you leave that and you get in your car the next day, it's polluted your whole car with stuff. That's just one little bag.
Yeah.
Morning, Lolly.
And it's nasty. Man. Hi, Lolly. Good morning.
How are you?
That guy's an idiot. I know, Buck.
Huh? Happy Easter.
When I was driving,
Mr. Gregory, happy Easter.
When I was a driver, I always kept a lot of wet wipes, and if I keep the back of my neck, get the heat off the back of my neck and do your armpits, you feel so much better going down the road.
Yeah, and just hit your face up, whatever. I know.
There's nothing wrong with a baby wipe shower.
Little Gold Bond, here and there, huh?
Couple gallons of perfume.
Yeah. Incense.
I gotta get myself some cologne. I just recently ran out of my cologne.
I
That's
wonder
something I ain't never wore.
Cologne?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like smelling nice.
Me either, because I can't smell, and I wouldn't know if I had too much or too little.
You would
Yeah.
know, Mac.
Yeah.
You don't bathe in it. You only put
I
a
know what
tiny
I'm saying
bit
is
on.
I wouldn't know if I put a dab too many or
Yep.
whatever, so I just
Yep.
avoided it.
Yeah.
Jen probably like you smelling nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember you saying that about one of your girlfriends or wives, old Mac.
Look at that face.
When you was
Oh, boy.
trying to compliment her on how she smelled
I
or
mean, I rather
something to
smell
that.
good than smell stinky.
Yeah. What's up, Wally? How are you? Perfect timing. Ah,
Hey, just try to help.
yeah, somewhere clean.
Chime
Exactly.
don't even eat in his own car.
Wow. Really? I mean, I guess
Every
if I
time I
had a
got a
nice,
new one, yeah, I was just like Chime. Every time I got a new one, I always have that rule: no eating in the car. Well, that lasted about a month.
Yeah.
about a month. What's up,
Happy
John?
Easter, John.
Happy
You and your
Easter.
wife. I hope y'all have a good one with grandkids.
Yeah.
Happy Easter, John.
Happy Easter, everybody. I got all my
Gotta wake them up.
I got all my medical supplies at Walgreens sitting there, literally like a duffel bag full of stuff. My pods, my sensors, my transmitters. I was gonna go there on the motorcycle, but last time I went there on the motorcycle, I couldn't carry everything. I was like, I gotta come back. I was like, I gotta go get the van and come back. I didn't know it was this much shit. I was like, it was like 3 bags, dude. Like 3 bags, dude. I couldn't fit it in the backpack. I was like, you gotta be kidding me.
Oh. Well, I had things to do today, but I don't think anything's gonna get done.
No.
I gotta watch the ham. I'm gonna get the boat out, start cleaning it up, make sure the batteries are still charged. I'll keep it on the battery tender. But I gotta go down to a friend of mine. He's selling me 2 Harley Davidson bags for $40. So the tea bag I got ripped and lost the rain suit to it last time going to Panama City. Katie gotta have something to put all her stuff in.
Yeah. Jen, should I let Leia go out by herself unsupervised? Oh man, she's gonna lay down in the dirt. I just gave them a bath yesterday, dude. That's it. I'll supervise. I gotta supervise the dog. Hi, honey. You have to go to the bathroom here?
Moto, what you got planned for today?
Go potty. No laying down. No rubbing in the dirt.
Who are you talking
Who was
to?
that for, Ray?
Please.
So what you got planned for today?
We're going to do a lot of eating Easter Sunday.
Yeah, Katie, she stood up there and cooked last night. Got a little more to cook, and I asked her, I said, who's all coming? Just Daddy. I said, is it going to be, you cooking all that just for 4 of us? Lord have mercy.
Yeah, we usually cook a large amount too because we like leftover. We don't mind leftovers. When we've been out riding, we can come in quickly, throw it in the microwave, and we're ready to eat.
Yeah. Moto muted said, Moto,
Yeah.
I just wondered if you still listening.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right.
Did you get any of those?
Yeah, final reminder of outstanding. Oh,
25 will
holy
be.
cow. Oh,
I pay mine like it comes out on auto pay. I've been getting these like forever. I'm gonna have to actually look up and make sure it's legit because most of these are all bullshit.
Yeah, yeah.
And they get you to press on a link.
Yep.
And then you lose your ID and kind of shit like what you went through, Mac. You
Yep.
know, with the card, and like they'll say like that nobody will contact you from this business texting or doing whatever, you know.
yeah. I would suggest anybody have the same issue that I have. Just always take your card up to the bank and have it activated at the bank by
Yeah.
them on their computer. And that way they can't say, well, it was your phone had
Oh, right.
corrupted, you know, and
Yep.
that's the reason. Yeah. And that lady that did it for us, very nice, and she didn't mind doing it. There's brown chicken.
Yeah. I have to cook for
I really hate it when I start giving shout outs on a video because I didn't remember Toga.
Oh,
There
yeah,
were so
I
many
know.
I forgot, you know, I went, oh no. Yeah.
I'm the
But
same
it's
way,
not
man.
it's not that I was slighting them. It was just simply I'm an 85-year-old man. And
Dude,
I
I
just
do the
barely
same
can
thing.
think about which gear I'm in, let alone trying to remember all them
Age.
dad burn names out there.
Yeah.
Hell, give me a break. I'm an old man.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I feel guilty. The same thing. I forget. I feel like I forgot people, and I try to remember everybody. I make lists, and I still forget people.
Really old.
Well, I've tried it too, and you just can't remember everybody. And if you did, that's all the video would be about.
Hey.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's right.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of us.
Yeah. And I've really, I mean, I've been in a lot of groups and counted 48 years of ham radioing, and I was in a lot of different groups in the ham radio. This group here is about as tight a group, and they have so much comedy in their life and so footloose and fancy free with their living style. They're not all paint stuff, you know, and this is what I love about every one of you people that come here on
man.
these get-togethers like this is you're my kind of people that just wants to live and let live.
Yeah. I don't know what video it is. It's one of them coming out. I did give shout out to my channel members, all three of you. Now, where Rocket Queen stays a member, I don't know because she's been kicked off of YouTube.
Yeah, that's something, man.
Well, well, you know, you get warnings. What was the situation of her? What did the Rocket Queen? What took her down?
I think it's off her. She's trying to. If you would watch her lives, it's always every trying to help addicts and stuff like that.
Oh,
yeah. Why would you take that down if you're trying to help people? Yeah.
Well, I don't know. That's what that's what I heard.
Yeah.
You know, I tell you something, you tell Mac something, Mac tell Moto something. By the time it gets to Moto, it's blowed up. You know, I mean, y'all know what I mean.
Yeah, I felt bad about that.
I'm going to tell my version to Moto, and Moto is going to tell his version to somebody else.
Yeah,
and that's time.
It's
time
funny,
to get around the
yeah.
Y'all mentioned
I'm just using us for an example.
Yeah.
I don't think we would do that, but
No,
you know
we're
what
not
I mean.
that kind of people, but good example.
But she's on Twitter, not Twitter, but Instagram now.
Go ahead, Moto.
Forgot something about what y'all were talking about. What was
Gone
it?
forever.
Yeah.
Rocket Queen.
Yeah. Okay. I felt bad about that the other day because I brought it when y'all talked about it. My smart mouth was going, well, it's probably because, and I was only making an assumption, and I should have made that very, very clear that what I said was only an assumption. about, because when you start giving out something like medical advice or doctors, professional advice, on what people need to do with their lives as far as, and putting out the actual information phone in a way of pushing some sort of maybe what they might look at as a religious agenda or whatever the hell, who knows what it was for. I said, maybe that's what it's for, because otherwise her lives just didn't have very high attendance at all.
No.
There was really nothing going on. And she was just talking a lot, and she's, related to us all. But all the information that was put out there and what it was wrapped around, I was just saying maybe that's what it was. Damn, I shouldn't have started a rumor because I didn't mean to start a rumor. But and I don't know if it was me, but I'm just saying I remember contributing to it and going like, I should have really. I'm just assuming that stuff. So only she knows.
Yeah, YouTube, you could get by with something one or two times maybe, but if it's constant every video.
You know what? One of my strikes I have a strike against me because I used the word redneck in I did a video and I used the word redneck because he was drinking long neck buds, the Pabst Blue Ribbon beer and the long neck bottles. And I spoke of the rednecks, and they gave me a strike because it didn't meet community standards. And then on that same damn page was Jeff Foxworthy making a living off the word redneck. You might be a redneck.
Yeah.
That just pisses me off. They have a double standard.
Yes, they do.
Doing, Ollie?
Hello. She got kicked because she was talking about suicide.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, boy. Is that what it was?
Yes, she tried to get on and help people with addiction, alcoholism, and all of that stuff, and depression.
Yeah.
And she tried to give them a place to reach out if they need to talk. And they kicked her because she was talking about
preventing
the effects of depression and suicide.
Yeah. That was that thing we saw. If you don't have paperwork and you're not, whatever, and even if you do, you might not be able to have a channel like that. But there are people like you watch that promote, say, like a carnivore diet or an all fruits and vegetable diet or an all starch diet. They're giving out advice. Of course, you got to put that disclaimer out, know. But I don't know if she did that either or whatever. But just be careful whatever you're doing with your channel,
Yeah. Lolly, how are you and Paul doing today? What y'all gonna do today?
Probably nothing. I was hoping to see one of my grandbabies, but I don't know if that's going to come to fruition. Right now, Froggy's sleeping, and I'm having some smoked sausage and baked potato.
Nice.
I know Katie, she cooked half tonight, and she cooked this morning. I got to watch the ham, pull it out when it's done. I asked her, I said, who's all coming? Oh, just the three of us and Daddy. I'm like, but you cooking enough for the whole YouTube community.
I'll be right there.
That's why. That's so she don't have to cook tomorrow or the next day. You got leftovers.
You're right.
Unavailable people. Yeah, that's a touchy one for people on the internet. It is bleak. How you doing, bleak? So this is about that scam thing. I was just talking about VDOT, and if y'all get messages that sound like it's from your cable or from your electric or something weird, a lot of them most of the time are not really true. So be careful, because this says text messages from VDOT.
I get text, I also get emails from Social Security, and they ain't gonna, all kinds of, I just delete them. I mean, I don't.
Yeah, I would be getting something in the mail as well, like in the actual physical mail. And it says, if they're asking you to pay tolls now, which they have been for like a month or two or several weeks, I don't remember, it's likely a scam. According to the DMV, these messages often include a link to a fake website where you're asked to enter your personal information or pay a fee. So that's why you just don't click on everything you see out there. I know most of you know all this, but never hurts to be reminded.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a heck of a lot of people out there that does that.
Yep. Well, I did that with the PS3 back, PS2 or PS4. I don't know. I tried to buy a PS player back when COVID happened, and it didn't say play station. This website, it said play something that was close to station. I impulsively was looking for a good deal because they were real expensive during that time, if you remember.
Yeah.
Because nobody could leave the house. You were supposed to stay home and play games and not socialize.
I'm getting
Anyway,
vertigo.
that money went out the door.
Yeah.
I just had a major failure.
What'd you do, man?
Oh,
Well,
I went to move something and my camera fell over.
Oh, I was like, have you over there doing cartwheels on us?
Yeah.
Let me
That's
hold
like
up
here.
a 10. I give you a 10 on that one.
Yeah, that's like here in our county. The sheriff putting out warnings that somebody's calling old people, telling them that who got a legit police name. Walton County Sheriff said, you got this ticket or something. We need some money now, or we're gonna come and arrest you. But he's been put, on Facebook and Walton County Sheriff page and all that. Don't fall for it.
Yeah, come and arrest me. Come and get me.
Yeah, said we're not gonna call you. We're gonna come and see you.
Come and get me.
It's pro level bleak.
But people just don't have conscience, man. They just take advantage of people and they don't care.
No.
Can't imagine.
It's like every Christmas you can ride to Walmart. There's people riding around. Oh, can I get a couple bucks? I'm trying to get home for Christmas and I ain't got no gas.
Yeah.
How's that my fault?
You got to dodge people going into stores around here. I just had that the other day, yesterday actually.
Well,
going in to buy some stuff for Easter and.
Yeah, I shouldn't say this, but my ex-wife had a boyfriend. Stood on the corner with the sign, "I'm homeless."
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter was telling me that he made more money in one day.
Yep.
Standing on the curb, he could all week at a job.
Mm-hmm.
It's terrible because it takes away from the people that really do need help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they got signs out there. Like we got signs that says "do not," and whether that's true or not, but they say "do not," give the money when you see that to people standing on the mediums, and then they give a number where they can call and where they can actually get help from your town or your state or whatever, and they have resources that they can do. Most of them are out there doing a hustle, and if you put the sign, you're in a wheelchair and it says vet, then it's really hard, and you're like, you're actually thinking, but they go to all levels, and of course we'd help, but there's help for that as well. I'm no expert.
I still do it, even though I know better. I still do it.
You give from the heart, and that's what matters.
That's the difference.
You get to thinking, what if maybe 4 or 5 of them might be bad, but how about that one that really does need it for his babies?
Exactly.
Well, Sid can verify this, but in Florida, on every friggin' corner, there's somebody's holding a sign.
Yeah.
I need money. I need money.
It does get frustrating.
If you watch all my videos, if you see me coming to any corner, there's always someone standing there with a sign.
Yeah.
Every corner.
It's like that in most big cities anymore because there's so much homeless and so many people that are desperate.
That's like if you get off the exit before Ocala, where that Love truck stop is, there's the same woman and man standing out there.
Yeah.
Every time I go down there.
It does make it hard, man.
To get fuel usually.
Makes it hard because you got to be a judge at the time. You're like, oh, do you want to help this one? Well, I don't know. I don't want to help that one. I haven't done it in a long time, but when I got, I used to do it. And I did it like, with cheer, and it was really felt good. I was trying to make myself feel good, I guess. I don't know. But I was doing things like that I never done before because I was pretty selfish, but.
Well, that's like when my daughter told me about her mama's boyfriend, then I started thinking about it. I said, dang, I said, I'm just surviving myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go up to him, I go like this, right back at him.
Yeah. I'm not what do you call it? I'm not an employer.
I'm like,
that.
yo, man,
Don't come to me for a paycheck.
Yeah, if I was going to do something like that, I'd just park my motorcycle and have me a sign, not homeless, need motorcycle parts.
Yeah.
Motorcycle parts, yeah.
Truthful, huh?
Yeah.
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 Real.
It's tough.
Or I could really use the cold beer. You know.
And you know what you do? You have like a cooler of beer, and anybody that gives you like more than like a couple bucks, you give them a beer.
Yeah.
I don't know, just a night or a water if they don't drink
Yeah,
beer.
maybe a water. Yeah, you
But I
don't want
tell
to
you
drink
what.
and drinking and driving. That'd be next thing. You'd be like,
I just
"Oh,
think
give me
it's
a beer."
sad.
The ones that got the sign that says, I work for money, stop, say, come on, I got a house you can paint. You think they get in? No.
No.
Struggling
love
husband,
that life.
they lost and struggling from abuse, drug
Yeah,
addiction, trauma.
you're right,
Yes.
Blake.
They don't have permanent solution. I've worked with community outreach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I say. There's a lot of views to looking at this stuff, you know.
Yeah.
That's why I said it's at your. You have to put it on your level.
Yeah.
If you give from the heart, then it's good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what they do with it. You can't
That's
make
true.
that decision for them.
No.
But you can give either to the people that you
Mhm.
see or to a community outreach or something of that nature.
Yeah.
And that's your good deed.
For every dollar that I donate to anybody, it always come back tenfold
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
It does. It does.
It really pays off. You feel good about yourself,
Mhm.
and you're not doing it so you can get the rewards back.
No.
The fact is, without even thinking about it, there's another blessing just around the
There
corner.
is.
Yeah.
That's why even like on a different level that could appear to be selfish or shit, is take care of yourself. That will be a
Hey,
blessing.
Dave.
That will be a blessing to others because then you don't have to lean on your fellow man all the time either, So whatever you can do, taking care of yourself in essence is actually helping another.
Good morning, Dave.
It may sound goofy, but I believe it true.
Yeah, but don't get OC involved.
No, I guess that turned out to be a bad story.
Yeah.
Get up and find a way to say, yeah, it's how bad you want it, when you're down and out, you got to reach out, ask for help sometime. And that's why I go to some place where you can help yourself. Not ask somebody to continue to help you all the time, right? And never stop doing that.
Yeah, but if you're needing help and
Mm-hmm.
don't get too excited till it's in your hand.
Yeah.
Some people don't want help.
Well, yeah, it's the manipulation. That's what you end up enabling,
Yeah.
And it's hard.
What's the lifestyle for?
You got to get up now, go enjoy the
I
day, everyone. Love
I
and
love what
respect.
Red Lady has to say about giving. Look what she has to say about giving.
I give and donate. Yeah, I'll try not to judge how you use it. That's up to God to judge. That's
Judge not,
Exactly.
lest you be judged. So
yeah. When I first got what do you want to call saved or clean and sober and all that, everything came to life to me. And I was so grateful to be alive and have a new way of living and not be in that personal hell I just came out of. When the things in the mail came for help the blind or help the whatever, I was writing checks to all these places. It was I don't know, giving back in ways that I'd been so selfish I didn't realize how self-centered I was. So it was in that spirit. And I was like grandma and grandpa told me, hey, you really shouldn't, those people ain't putting that money to the right place. And you're like, yeah, I know. But what the thing is I asked it to be blessed, and whoever does see all those things I did that were dirty and nasty and not so cool were the things that brought me to my knees, and helped me. And maybe that's how that affects whoever else is abusing your contribution when you give to them. It's in the long run, maybe just the help they need, whether they gave it away, bought more drugs, or they actually ate something to help,
Yeah.
So
I tell you a story on that. It's just like no man sits up there every day. If that phone don't ring 100 times a day, it don't ring once. Now, every single day, I check the mail.
Yeah.
And if there's not a stack of envelopes and letters that's wanting money, now he gives to St. Jude, which is okay. He gives to the veterans, you know. There's some that he gives to. I mean, he can afford it, you know.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of, you know, I mean, every single day there's 4 or 5 letters wanting money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, every 5, that's another reason I don't like setting up. Every 5 minutes the phone
Yeah.
rings, you know.
Yeah.
But that's because I told him he won't know why my phone rings. That's because once you give to somebody, your number goes on a list.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Found that out.
everybody who wants money has got your phone number, and they know you give.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, they have this company called Delete Me. Sign up for it, and what it does is it's like a data broker. It goes through every company on the internet and finds everyone that's selling your personal information.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And it tells them to stop doing it because they legally have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he finally got caller ID, but still the phone rings, you know.
Yeah.
And if he don't answer it, then it'll ring, then the answer machine will pick up. I mean, it's annoying, you know.
Yeah.
I don't answer unless I have your number programmed in my phone.
Same here.
That's me. That's why I tell everybody. First time they want to call me, I said text me, because if it's just a number, I don't answer it.
That's right.
You know, if you text me, it's like if Mac tried to call me and it was just a number, I wouldn't answer. But now if he text me, hey, this is Mac, and then I would program that number in my phone with his name, you know.
Yep. Same here, man.
But see, the reason I don't answer the phone, when I quit working, I had hundreds of phone numbers in my phone of my customers.
Yeah.
And I deleted them all because I didn't want to deal with it. I retired, I quit.
I relate to
So
that
now when they
story.
call, it's just a number, no name. So that's why I don't answer it, man.
I won't answer. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was talking about too. I ain't as like that anymore. Maybe in a different way, but I don't know. I could be a justifier still. But yeah, gratitude. About gratitude, be a cheerful giver, and all be well no matter what you do.
I'm hearing a noise. Are you guys hearing?
It's real bad.
Are you guys hearing a noise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like static or something.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay.
I don't know. There it is.
Wow.
Lolly, that was you.
From me.
Sorry. I don't know who it was from.
Yeah.
I'm not doing
No, okay. I thought I just heard you go click and go off. I saw your avatar pop, and I was hoping you weren't upset because we don't never complain to nobody.
Background
noise. Know what it is, because the only thing I've got my thing going, but it's in the other room. So
I adjusted her mic settings.
Yeah, it makes her sound gurgly, but maybe
it'll work. My view count.
It don't matter.
All right, 71.
Chad, I'm on my phone anyway, so that may be part of it.
Yeah.
Y'all have a good Easter and have a good.
You too, Lolly.
You too, Lolly.
Yeah, God bless.
63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. 8,000 views I had yesterday.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you, Mr. Gregory.
Yeah, because yesterday morning I had 963. This morning I got 971.
Just when she said
8,000 views yesterday. That wasn't bad.
Number spoofed.
So what would that give me?
Wow.
70. That'd be 29 more thousand. I'll have my million total views. I want to do a video on it.
$6 a minute. She had a 400. Well, who the hell was she talking to that she picked up on? A spam caller and
Yeah, I guess so.
that's
crazy.
nuts. Yeah, don't even play with them. Like you're gonna get on and play with them, and lead them on and do some fun stuff. I know some people do that. Well, you've done that. I think sick and tired too. And I don't know if it was a spam caller, but you know what I mean. Play on and give them some.
Wow.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
But that's something to be aware of, though. Just in case. But you don't want to take a collect call. Like you'd think you'd answer and it'd be like, well, will you accept this? They accept the charges. Usually, you get something like that.
Yeah, no.
I haven't watched them in a while, but there's a guy on YouTube called Scam the Scammers.
Yeah.
Scammers,
He's a pretty smart cookie. Why he got the scammers on the phone, he gets in their computer, takes over.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sometimes you can see who I mean, and they're all from.
He can hack the cameras and everything.
Yeah.
And he gets pictures of them and everything. Sorry, were you reading that?
No, I was just going to read it. That was all. It says, gave everything to my addiction. Finally, it broke me at the bottom. 18 years later, I'm 11 years clean. Life is good today. I'm thankful that it wasn't worse for me. Yeah, no doubt. A lot of people have different levels of pain tolerance. Some stay in it forever. You're blessed. You're blessed, man.
That's good for you.
It's been 20 some years for me. I don't know. What is it? 80, 98.
98?
Yeah. Whenever that. Yeah. So close to
The
30 years.
only addiction I've ever had is buying motorcycle parts. And I finally got out of that.
Yeah. Well, there's really harmful ones. I don't know how harmful that is. You're managing it well. You're living today and you're not burdening anybody, and
yeah, because every time I found something chrome and shiny for the bike, I had to have it. But I finally just
yeah.
I used to hate cocaine, but I love the way it smelled.
Yeah. It's a bad trigger. I wouldn't want to smell that no more. I wouldn't want to use it. I wouldn't even use it, but I mean, it's like now it's like horror. I remember when I got clean and then I'd smell that stuff where somebody else had been doing something with it, burning it or whatever. And I'd be like, I was so terrified because it's like I never wanted to experience any of that ever again in my life.
It would remind it would remind me of fuel. It would always remind me of fuel because they break it down with fuel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always hated Penthouse, but I like the pictures.
Yeah, damn it.
Pictures, yeah.
Well, the only thing I ever done is like these gummies, But if I take a little Tic Tac sized gummy, I got to set aside about 30 hours of sleeping.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. You will be good night and goodbye.
Yeah. I'll never forget the first night I ate a half of one. Man, that was a bad trip. I was floating in the air and I was doing all kinds of weird stuff. Man, Lord.
Mr. Gregory, dabble duty, bro.
I had to crawl to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
I couldn't walk. Never again.
Next time you do that, video it.
Yeah. So Red Lady, she didn't have to say, yeah, accept charges or whatever. I mean, you can just answer somebody's call randomly and get charged for answering a call without saying you accept charges or, you know what I'm saying? That's really dangerous if it happened that way.
Yeah.
Or did she tell you that it happened that way? I've never heard of that. And I'm not accusing herself. I'm just saying that's really odd because you can't just answer a phone and get charged $600 for answering a phone unless
I'm going to walk up to the kitchen for a minute and see how long I got left on that ham.
Yeah. All right.
If I don't get it out, I'll never live it down.
No, you won't.
Yeah, I'm just speaking what my mind's telling me on that, Red Lady. Not like I have facts or know that to be true or whatever. It just sounds really odd like that because that would be insane.
Look here, there's proof that the tariffs are working against Canada. 2-4 has now been off beer for 2 days. That's what the tariffs have done to 2-4. 2 days and no beer.
You want him inside?
No. Bleak is a dealer. Get him out of here. He's good.
I don't want you to the dirt.
Gleek has the motives. Look out, key fob. Don't eat the ham, Ray. Careful of that ham.
You want to lay in the blanket? You can lay in the blanket, but you ain't laying in the dirt.
Yeah. Yeah.
I put this huge comforter outside on the dirt for her to lay on, and she was laying on it.
Yeah. She knows she get in trouble if she get dirty. She just had a bath the other day.
I had a bath yesterday, bro. Dude,
See?
you would not. Sterling said to film it, and I was going to try to do it, but it's mayhem, dude. It's absolute mayhem trying to like I'm soaking wet. Like I got 1 foot in the tub. My socks getting wet. I got towels all over the floor. Like there's no way I'm filming anything.
Yeah.
You know, like, and Leia tries to get out of the tub. She does not like the water. Jade stays in. Bella kind of gets ornery at the end, but Leia is all muscle. And she constantly tries to turn and like get her way out. Like if she sees an opportunity,
Careful with that.
she'll get out.
Let's see here. Yes, it looked like an American phone number. She on my phone account. I talked to Verizon. They had to explain it to me. They told me to no longer answer numbers I don't. So it's just that simple. That's what I really wanted. That's why I was making sure I was clear on that, Red Lady.
Tell me they relieved her of all responsibility, hopefully.
Yeah. How do they find out that that's,
Yeah, like it's obviously a scam to get money out of people.
I'm sure it's quite common now, but man, somebody's got to pay for it. Somebody's like in these companies, like how do they take responsibility? They must have to have insurance or something as well.
Something
crazy. Y'all off? Yeah, I hear you, man.
I'm sorry to hear about 2-4's heart issue.
I know. Yeah,
man,
messing with him again, and at least you're realizing it and taking action. Get it looked at if you need to. What?
Oh, he's taking
everything.
He's taking a break from drinking.
Yeah.
And it's mysteriously how God built the body. He gave us 2 arms and 2 eyes and 2 legs,
senses,
2 feet. But the good stuff He only gave us 1 of.
Yeah.
One brain.
Yeah. It's the other brain, the pea brain.
The other brain. Yeah.
Pea brain.
Pea brain.
So long, Bleak, man.
Literally.
Coming by, bro.
Yeah.
Bye-bye,
And that
Bleak.
one thinks it knows everything when it's under the, even when it's under the spell, it thinks it still knows something. Hackers will find a way.
It's always saying, just do it.
Oh, just do it. You'll be all right.
Don't forget, 2-4, that alcohol thins your blood, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's poison to the bottom line. It's poison, whether you feel that way or not. It's poison. It does none of your insides good whatsoever, and it affects you mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. But don't take my advice. I'm no doctor.
Yeah.
I'm just going by personal
disclaimer in
experience.
there.
Yes.
I was going to say the 2-4.
Sorry, Mac. Go ahead.
I was going to say the 2-4. I was going to ask 2-4 if he was taking an aspirin a day. You know, a lot of times when you have a heart issue, an aspirin sometimes stabilizes stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That is what I've read on the internet. Now I don't know because I am not a doctor.
Yeah, I take a baby aspirin every day. 85 milligrams.
81.
Yeah, 81. That's what it is. Yeah, 81.
I hated to correct you, but that's what I take too.
Yeah, well, it's. I know it's 80 something, and I know, and every time I say 85, I'm like, it's not 85.
Where are you drinking your water from?
Huh?
I was asking Fob, where's he drinking his water from? Some water is poison.
Yeah.
Especially if it's got fluoride in it. Other things. Yeah, fun with hackers. Trying to keep them talking to me is better than scamming out elderly. Yeah, that's a thought. That's a thought. Water kills more people a year than most will ever realize. Yet drink 2 gallons of it a day. Drink 8 gallons or 8 glasses a day.
If you're not drinking clean water, it'll kill you.
Yep. Even the plastic leachings that you get in your plastic bottled water is not good. It needs to be like put in a glass or something that doesn't. Like, if you ever had, like, you can drink out of regular plastic that you get out of the store that's got a label on it and it's made for drink, but you go like to say like a food line or a grocery store and you get those in those gallon jugs, like a milk jug that's cheap plastic, and you got to undo the little top, and you can just smell the plastic coming off the rim, and you drink that, you can taste the flavor of that plastic.
Yeah.
It's in there, and it's like, that's a little bit different. They have different grades of plastic that they can use, they got them BPA, whatever. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. It's like they're giving something a label to make it safe, but it's really not.
It's almost like the bottles come off the assembly line warm or still hot, and they fill them with the water right away, and then they seal them up. It's like almost so fast that like, the plastic doesn't even have a chance to cool yet.
Oh, my mercy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's your motorcycle parts right there, 2-4.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you're investing in it and taking care of yourself, honestly.
They don't, like, the government doesn't pay that and doesn't give you free meds or anything.
Drink too much, you die. Drink too little, you die. Try to breathe it and die. Yeah. Well, everything's designed to kill us, but it's no natural nothing no more, apparently. But we do have body parts that will take care of us and help us function great for many years, right? So that's why we got filters and this and that. Don't take no advice from me. I don't know nothing. I'm just spewing out.
Is Walgreens open on Easter? That's what I want. I want to know if Walgreens is open on Easter.
$350 per week for medication is very crucial on your budget, 2-4.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, well, I want to sign you up. It's hard to even go to doctors, because they're going to try to put you on if they find the slightest thing wrong with you, instead of saying, hey, if you do this and you really do that, you won't have to take this. But they don't even go there. They just say, here, take this, and we'll hook you up. We'll hook you up. And you got to pay for stuff that if you took it, I don't know.
It says
it's an impossible task because, eating better is, that's great. But now most of your food, no matter what you do, has a level of badness to it. The earth is poisoned, the air is poisoned, the water is poisoned,
Yeah, everything's bad for you.
So it's almost impossible. Like, eat the cake, have a good time.
Yeah. I mean, the human beings have screwed up the planet so severely that everything's bad for you, basically.
Yeah. I watch a lot of food. I watch some food channels every now and then. The other day they talking about McDonald's and Burger King putting so much sugar in their meat.
Yeah.
Now to make it taste good.
Yep. It's not really meat. It's not even meat.
So you know what? I mean, but then you get thinking, man, what am I eating? What, you don't ever know what you're eating.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even like Sterling was saying, like the steaks that you get in like Walmart and everything, they're like glued together out of scrap.
They are.
And they use food glue to glue the pieces of meat together.
Yeah, food glue.
Oh my God. Oh.
Yeah.
Well, for the last couple of years, all of our meat been coming up here. We get it at Crow's. We have a local guy that raises the cows, grass fed, no crap in them, and he butchers them himself. We put them in freeze these vacuum bags.
Yeah.
And he got 4 or 5 stores that he puts the meat in. Now it's not cheap. Well, the hamburger meat probably about along the lines of a regular store. Now Katie eats hamburger meat like from Walmart or the grocery store. It hurts her stomach. This doesn't, because it don't have all that crap in it.
What does that tell you? Exactly. No preservatives, no treatments, no none of that.
No, nothing. And now, they say farm raised chickens, grass fed chickens, but now they're saying that it's not. They're not. So I mean,
yeah.
The only way you know for sure is raise your own stuff.
Exactly. And now
But-
and they all try to make it more and more and more difficult to raise your own stuff with
Yeah.
all these codes and you know, I mean, you can't have
Well-
every house can't be having a chicken coop. I get it.
I'm
you know?
gonna tell you something. This is my opinion. About 80% of this new generation, if you told them you got to live off the land, that they'll go hungry.
Oh, they would die.
Yeah.
They would crawl up in the fetal position and call for mommy.
Yeah. Yeah. They couldn't. They don't know how to plant a garden. They probably don't even like. Most of them don't even like guns. You know. But I think. But anyway, you know, they couldn't get out here and. I mean, you know, during the winter, I'll pop 4 or 5 squirrels. You know, and Katie makes some squirrel dumplings.
Let me tell you something. I don't like guns either. But if I'm hungry, I'm gonna learn to respect the gun real fast.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh, when we was young, we loved. My mom would fry up some squirrels, and then she'd make squirrel gravy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was good. On biscuits. Ugh, that was good.
My grandfather hunted. You know, that was it. And he died when I was 5. That was my mother's father.
Now, sex is still good for you, right?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, y'all know something?
Nope. I'm just
Oh,
waiting to hear the
So
reactions.
at my age, I don't want to start weaning off now. I mean,
Weaning off. Are you weaning off again? Stop it. Stop that, Mac.
the withdrawals. I don't know. It'd be mad.
Oh man,
Poke an eye out.
that's a.
You know,
that's
Katie takes care of old people. And they told her if you ever walk in a room and there's 2 old people fooling around, leave them alone. You turn around and walk out. So that's the last sentences that leaves you.
Yeah.
I believe it.
We were hunting. We were hunting yesterday. I think you found yourself in a Bears area. Never good, especially if they got their young with.
Don't
Yep.
forget, when confronted by bears, play dead.
Don't feed the bear. Yeah. And hope you don't have bacon in your pocket or something.
No, like the music, play dead.
Yeah. Oh,
You know, when I don't know if you've ever seen a grizzly up
Last
close.
thing you
When it
hear.
opens its mouth, and he can bite the biggest part of your head in his mouth. It's hard to play dead when he's gnawing on your head. You know, I
Dude,
mean, you're going to wiggle
I'm
it just a little
screaming,
bit.
man.
Yeah.
I'm dead. It's not.
Wait, hold on a second, Mr. Bear. Let me play some good music. You're really gonna like this.
The
Yeah.
paper
gonna
cut will
stop
make me
gnawing on my
cuss.
skull.
Hey, brother, come on, let me light you one up here, man. I mean, you're gonna be all right. You
Bring
know.
a couple of hits of this. Stop
Yeah,
chewing
well-
on my skull, dude.
Oh man, you let me ring that thing out, man. I wanted to hit
Jeez,
off
up.
that, but look at them big old lips you done put all over my
Woo!
joint, man. Come on,
Hey.
man, share.
Yeah, Bogarting over there.
Damn.
Had
You know,
for your
back-
heart.
Back when I hunted, we went up North Georgia mountain bear hunted a few times, but never did see one.
Wow.
That's a long time, man. Good
That's
Lord.
rough, 2-4. I'm sorry to hear that, brother.
Well,
2-4, not far back.
bad for your heart, old Mac. What is? What's bad for your heart?
Oh, sex.
Really? That's cardio. Cardio's got to be good for you.
Yeah, that's good cardio, man.
Yeah, but at
Cardio
when you
better
get
than
up to my
carbs.
age, you get to the point where you let her do all the work, so it's not
Yeah,
stressful on you.
Smarter, not harder.
Yeah, exactly. Smarter and harder.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's smarter, not harder.
Not what you said.
And you say that everything in Australia wants to kill you, but you don't got no bears.
Oh. Yeah.
But don't got no bears. But kill you, but don't got no bears. Yeah.
A bear will start eating you while you're still talking to it.
Yeah. While you're trying to get your bear spray out of the container on the side of your hip.
Yeah. While you're trying to play the dead music.
Yeah. Oh, do you need those fingers here?
Yeah.
Oh, no, those off.
Give it to you.
I can't even spray no more. Short with the deer bones and such was from his den. Damn. Adventures with Key-fob. Cardio in a short burst. You know, it's like sprinting.
It's like sprinting.
You know, yeah.
Does everybody like my Easter background?
Oh yeah.
It's beautiful. It's a mystical place to go.
You know that song I did
Candyland.
yesterday. That song I did yesterday for the ride on the hill.
Mm.
I had to create that when I got home. I had to create that song because I wanted to fold it in with the curves and stuff, and knowing exactly where to put the verse that's going to fit the curve and the stuff like that. So it took me a little while to put that one together.
It was a real nice song. I think I shared that one that you did.
You and Stick did, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, because it was really nice, man.
The fact that you shared it, you shared the message that was the message inside the song.
Mm-hmm. It's appreciated. I hope Nana Grace gets to hear it too. I want to always tell her all the time. I think, man.
Well, he's out early.
There's grandbaby. Easter's starting for me, so I might have to leave here pretty soon, man. I don't hear the
What happened?
No.
Where you going? You leaving?
Yeah, pretty soon.
All right.
It is 11 o'clock.
Yeah.
I got to take a shower and get dressed and watch the ham, and I got to run down my friend's house this afternoon and get those 2 bags.
You got a feast going on today, Mr. Gregory.
Yeah, we do.
You picked a fine time.
It's gonna be one of them dinners where once you get done eating, you go back, hit recliner, and unbutton your britches.
How many? How many children? Mac?
What's that?
4 hungry children and crops in the field.
Yeah.
I'm trying to chime in with you.
That's right.
Trigger some more singing out of you.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you start off on a little verse on a song, and next thing you know, you got 2 or 3 people joining in with you because it brings back such good memories of.
I do. Kenny Rogers, and he's from Georgia.
Yep. I like that when him and Dolly Parton did that "Islands in the Stream."
Yeah.
And I liked on Seinfeld when Kenny Rogers came up with a chicken company making fried chicken. I think it's called Roasters. Was Kenny Rogers' company called Roaster?
Yeah, I never knew that.
And remember in Seinfeld, old Cosmo was over there, and that sign at night kept flashing on and off. Roaster, and he begged Seinfeld to switch rooms with him, and old Seinfeld went crazy too.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Flashing light.
That was a good one.
Yep.
I gotta make a coffee. So what do you want to do? You want to call it, Moto?
No, it's up to you. I'll just let you know I'm going to have to leave pretty soon. I got
it's 11 o'clock. It's about time.
some things I got to do today too. A day off and no work for a change and Easter. So
More like a fat bunny if I can get it to it. I'm fixing it.
Well, everybody, happy Easter to each and every one of you.
Yeah.
Our friends over in Australia, our friends over in the UK,
Hey, Dave.
and everywhere in between.
yeah,
God bless you and happy Easter to you.
yeah,
Happy
man.
Easter, everybody.
Yeah. Same to everybody.
What Max said.
What Max said.
I'm gonna push buttons, make things go away. Thanks everybody.
Okay,
for
then. We're good. I'll thank you.
Thanks everyone. So long.
Yeah, man.